Now, if you don't mind, tell us a little bit about Rocky Bucksa. He's been built the company up from scratch to where it is today, and I'd just like to hear a little bit more about him and hear your perspective on what it's like to work with a successful entrepreneur like him.
Yeah, so Rocky's been a great mentor to me ever since I started. He gave me my first job, as I mentioned, when I was 16, and they had about 25 people then. So I've been a part of a lot of that change. But he's really done something remarkable with Midlite, which is start a company with, as you assumed, there were one guy. I think there was actually two guys and one truck maybe, but and grown it into a really professional construction outfit that works in probably the most heavily regulated industry and environment in the world on major facilities in and around Fort McMurray. So learning from Rocky is a daily experience. He's a hands-on guy. He's a tradesman first. He's in the field. He still stays in camp sometimes and is out climbing poles and doing his trade while overseeing 150 people. So he's been a great guy to work with and learn with, and definitely leads by example.
Describe your role at Midlite as business development manager. What's a day-to-day look like for you?
Yeah, well, in working for Midlite and working closely with Rocky, every day is different. You're working for a privately owned business. You're sort of putting out a lot of fires and doing a lot to try to stay ahead of your competitors, which are often multinational companies that have a hell of a lot more resources than you do. So my day-to-day is I spend a lot of time developing proposals and directing our major proposals that go through to some of our bigger clients. Also meeting and studying new industries and new groups and meeting with new clients and introducing them to Midlite and the services that we have to offer. We also do have a community-based joint venture, so a big part of my role is managing that relationship and facilitating those conversations to make sure that the community is truly benefiting from the work that we do together with them. So yeah, it's a diverse role, and mostly because it's a privately owned business, you have to be a bit of a multi-tool.
Yeah.